Keanu Reeves adjusted his aviator sunglasses, the desert sun glinting off the lenses as he leaned casually against his classic red motorcycle. His brown suede jacket, worn from years of adventure, flapped slightly in the dry wind. The abandoned gas station behind him was a relic of the past, its rusted-out sign creaking with every gust, the cracked pavement littered with remnants of a forgotten era. Across from him, the angry biker took a step forward, his steel-toe boots crunching on the loose gravel. He was a mountain of a man, bald, muscular, and covered in tattoos that spoke of a life on the edge. His thick beard twitched with every furious word he spat. "You think you're better than us, Hollywood?" the biker barked, jabbing a calloused finger in Keanu's direction. His bandana, red and black, was damp with sweat, and his flame-printed vest barely contained the sheer size of his torso. "Riding through our turf like you own the damn road?" Behind him, another biker in a sleeveless denim jacket smirked and flipped his middle finger at Keanu. "Maybe he thinks he's still in the Matrix," he sneered. The other bikers, about half a dozen, leaned against their choppers, arms crossed, watching. Some were amused, others dead serious. Keanu, however, remained calm. He had been in worse situations, real ones, not just scripted Hollywood fights. He uncrossed his arms and straightened up, the leather of his jacket creaking softly. "I don't own the road, man," he said, voice steady, almost serene. "No one does." The bald biker's jaw tightened. "That so?" He took another step forward, now close enough that Keanu could smell the whiskey on his breath. "Then why the hell are you here?" Keanu shrugged, glancing at his bike. "Ran low on gas. Thought this place might still have some." The biker scoffed. "Ain't got nothing but ghosts here." Keanu smirked. "Seems like it." The smirk set something off in the man. With a growl, he lunged, shoving Keanu hard. Keanu staggered back a step, but caught himself, his boots steady on the loose gravel. The group erupted in laughter, but Keanu didn't react with anger. Instead, he simply looked at the biker, really looked at him. "Feel better now?" Keanu asked, tilting his head slightly. The biker's expression flickered, just for a second, but then the anger came roaring back. "You making fun of me?" Keanu sighed. "No, man, just wondering what's really eating you." The desert wind howled, and for a brief moment there was silence. The biker clenched his jaw, looking like he might take a swing. But something in Keanu's eyes stopped him. There was no fear, no challenge, just an openness that most men like him weren't used to seeing. The biker took a step back, rolling his shoulders like he was shaking off a weight. One of the younger bikers, a wiry guy with a snake tattoo coiled around his forearm, scoffed. "Why you letting him off easy, Rocco?" "Thought we were gonna teach this Hollywood pretty boy a lesson." Rocco, the bald biker, turned to the younger man, his expression suddenly dark. "You shut the hell up." The kid frowned. "But—" "I said shut up." The younger biker fell silent, shifting uncomfortably. Keanu watched as Rocco exhaled deeply, the tension in his shoulders easing slightly. "What's your name, man?" Keanu asked. Rocco studied him for a moment before answering. "Luca." Keanu nodded. "Nice to meet you, Luca." Luca grunted, but didn't respond. Keanu glanced back at the gas station. "You know, I don't mind paying for gas if you got some hidden around here." Rocco snorted. "Ain't got gas. Place has been dry for years." Keanu sighed, running a hand through his hair. "Well, that's unfortunate." One of the other bikers, an older man with salt and pepper hair, stepped forward. "We got a canister back at our shack. Could give you a gallon or two." Rocco shot him a look, but the older biker just shrugged. "He's just a guy on a bike, Rocco. Let's not make this into something it don't need to be." Rocco hesitated, then finally exhaled through his nose. "Fine. Get him the damn gas." The older biker nodded and disappeared behind one of the dusty trucks parked near the gas station. The younger biker, still clearly annoyed, muttered under his breath. Rocco shot him another warning glare, and the kid wisely shut up. Keanu smiled. "Appreciate it, man." Rocco just shook his head. "You're weird, Reeves." Keanu chuckled. "I get that a lot." A few minutes later, the older biker returned with a small gas can. "This should be enough to get you to the next town." Keanu took it with gratitude, pouring it into his bike's tank. He reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a few crisp bills, but Rocco shook his head. "Keep your money." Keanu hesitated, then nodded. "All right, but let me buy you guys around if I see you in town." Rocco smirked. "You better not be drinking no fancy wine." Keanu laughed. "Whiskey? Straight up." Rocco huffed, but there was the hint of a smile beneath that thick beard. Safe ride, Hollywood. Keanu swung his leg over his bike and fired up the engine. The powerful rumble echoed across the desert. He slid his aviators back into place and looked at Rocco one last time. "Take care, Rocco." Rocco simply gave a small nod. With that, Keanu twisted the throttle, kicking up dust as he rode off into the golden horizon, leaving behind a group of bikers who weren't quite sure what had just happened, but knowing they'd remember it for a long time.